bitches. Welcome to Bravo and Blaze, where we're going to get lit off all the latest going on in the Bravo TV world. This is a safe and uncensored space to discuss our love for everything pop culture and 420 related. So grab your can of goodies and let's get lit.
Oh my gosh, yes. We are live. Happy New Year, everyone. This is your girl, Jenny Blaze. We have a special episode today and a special in-studio guest, Face Reality 16, aka, can I say your first name?
Yes.
Eliza. Well, we're going to have a whole intro and hear her whole backstory in a minute. We live near each other. Isn't that crazy? But today is basically a Bravo holiday. It's Jen Shah's sentencing day. And I don't mean to make light of it. I mean, this is very serious, but it's just for me, at least, this is what does she say? Mind-boggling?
Mind-boggling.
That mind-boggling is the right way to say it, but she says it a different way. I feel yeah. But we're going to also go through some of the highlights and quick recaps of each new Bravo show. After we go through all of our special news today, we're going to touch on Real Housewives of Potomac, Family Karma, Below Deck, Southern Hospitality, Below Deck Adventure, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's like the main event. Real Housewives of Miami. Before we get started on that, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We are live every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, unless there's a holiday. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't worry if you missed the live show. You can always watch the replay or listen to the audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. And don't forget, subscribing, reviewing, sharing, liking, or leaving a 5-star rating is the freest way, according to Ryan Bailey, to show your support. Also, don't forget our social media handle is at Bravo and Blaze on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And as you know, bravoandblaze.com has all sorts of fun Bravo-inspired merch. Actually, I have a gift for you. From all your favorite shows, obviously, it's no longer Christmas. I forgot to take this line out of my notes. But also, I wanted to make sure I remind everyone about Cannabis Mom Boss, my other podcast and community. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, or maybe you already are an entrepreneur, or maybe you're a cannabis consumer trying to break the stigma, or maybe you're a mom who just hates being a stay-at-home mom. I'm sorry. I said it. I love my children, but it's just not for me. But we in Cannabis Mom Boss, we talk about lessons learned from entrepreneurship, from business, the professional world, investments, life in general, momming, all that good stuff, bravoing and blazing. But really the goal is to help people to feel empowered to safely and confidently come out of the green closet as cannabis consumers. And again, Cannabis Mom Boss is live on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern here on this same YouTube video channel, which is also available for replay if you missed the live stream. If you are a podcast listener, you are in luck because Cannabis Mom Boss is available on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. The last 2 weeks, we were on a break. We had the holidays. I actually allegedly got the flu. It was never confirmed, but they claim I had the flu. But that really took me out on Christmas. So I don't know. It's been 2 weeks, but it doesn't feel that long. And I was able to, despite the holidays and the flu, I was able to launch the Cannabis Mom Boss Manifestation Framework. It is live now. The link is in the show notes. If you are one of the people who purchased the pre-sale offer, thank you so much. And congratulations. I cannot wait to see all the amazing manifestations that come through in 2023. All the content, videos, worksheets, presentations, resources are all in there. If you are I want to manifest and be successful too, then the link is available in the show notes. I also want to make sure I give a shout out to that African Butterfly on Instagram. We had a nice little weed talk with Everything's Hunky Dory and Fix My Life podcast. Go check her page out. I will put the link in the show notes as well. Also, I got the honor of picking the second annual St. Andy's Awards for what was the category? I think it was Best Franchise. I don't know why I just flaked on that. But that's at Boy Meets Bravo. I love them. They're actually, Desmond is the boy in Boy Meets Bravo, and he's a hardcore Jen Shaw stan. It's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna move my camera a little bit to show our special guest. This is Eliza. Okay, hopefully we don't have any issues with sound. I see some comments in YouTube, so I want to make sure. Okay, there he is. There's Desmond giving the emoji. Love it. So Eliza and I, we live near each other, and fun fact, Paige DeSorbo,
Yes,
and Lisa Barlow are from this area. So I mean, I already loved Lisa Barlow before I knew she was from here. So I don't know. I was like, oh my God, it's like meant to be.
Yeah.
But with Paige, I have like mixed feelings because of Craig. What do you think?
I found you because I have beef with Lisa Barlow for not claiming her connections to the region, because she just calls herself a New Yorker, and I'm always like, well, but actually. So I was like stalking Instagram looking for her yearbook pictures, and I saw your comment saying I'm from there too, and I was like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, this is weird, but I saw that you're from,
That is so funny. No, this is like amazing. We are just meeting for the first time. This feels so comfortable and natural for me, though. It feels like the same as when I went to Bravocon. I was like, oh my gosh, these people are like my besties, like lifelong friends. But it's so good to have you here. You're the first official. Well, I did have one in-person guest, but like she's not really a Bravo person.
Okay.
And so we talked about other things, and I was like trying to get her to understand the Jenny Wen racism thing that all happened in season 2. And she doesn't watch the show, but she is like an expert in wellness, inclusion, diversity, and equity. I think I said it right. Like DEI stuff. That's what she calls it, I think, or wide. So it was good to hear her perspective, but this is the first time we've had like a real Bravo. What do we call ourselves? Bravoholics?
Aficionado, which just came to
Yes,
mind. But
I like that.
Bravoholic works too. It sounds a little, like we have a problem. I prefer to believe that we have like a life skill.
Well, speaking of life skills, I feel like we're both moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between the two of us, do we have 7 children? Because you have 3, right?
Yes, I have 3.
Oh my God. Somebody send help.
Yeah.
It is
so my oldest is 8, so yeah.
Oh my gosh. We need help, people. Just kidding. Yeah, this is why we Bravo. But I want to hear about your Instagram account. I think I was already following you before you reached out, and I was like, oh my gosh, you live here? Like, that's amazing. Please tell us, when did you start your account? How did you get started? Let's hear it all.
So the origins, I would say, were actually Twitter, because they used to do that social edition of the shows where they would like post tweets and stuff.
Yeah.
The responses. Yeah, this was like 5 or 6 years ago.
Was it like a never before seen type of situation?
It used to be the before the episode. The new episode. So I would watch and I'd be like, I said that last week to myself. I'm going to start a Twitter. I want to be on this. I don't think I ever got on the show, but I was like, I needed to do a Twitter. And that kind of like grew. And then I was in a Facebook group and I started posting memes and videos, and people were like, do you have an Instagram? I want to share this. And I was like, well, I guess I'll start one. And then that's history. Yeah.
That is kind of how I started. I went on Twitter first just because like I went on maternity leave and like had no social interaction with anyone really. Like, I'm sure you know that period of time where you're just like, what do you call it? It's like postpartum, the 4th trimester or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So Bravo saved me during that time. But live tweeting turned into meme making, and then making like novelty merch, like stuff that I just thought was funny.
Yeah.
I like this says grandfather MFR.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
Which actually, they kept saying Jen Shah said this, but she never said that. That's why I was obsessed with it. I'm like, who said that?
Mary repeated something incorrectly.
Yeah.
And then it was boring. Yeah.
It was season 1. Jen Shah was yelling at Meredith, like, you're going to go with Mary, who effed her grandpa or whatever, which to me is very, very different than grandfather MFR. Yes. And I remember that Andy repeated it on Watch What Happens Live, and I was like enraged. Yeah. It was like triggering me. Yeah. So then I made a mug, and I feel better about it now.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's talk about Jen Shah, because literally we went live early today because
we're like staring at our phones.
This is like breaking news because it's happening right now. Do we have it?
Happened.
What is it? How am I?
6.5 years.
Wait, how many months is that?
I don't know.
Who said 6.5? We have
78 months, people.
Oh my God, I have
months, guys.
Wow, 70
this is what I wanted to happen. I'm so happy.
Oh, I see it. I have chills right now.
I know, I'm shaking because I have to edit my. Okay, I thought you'd get more.
Wait, as far as just this is bittersweet. Okay,
yeah. This
is justice being served. However, the victims are still victims. I don't think. Does she have to pay restitution? Are they ever going to get that money back?
I mean,
I think they're on Heather Gay's feet, right?
I think that she might have gotten less time because of her argument that she can repay people.
Let's not forget all the things that Heather Gay was saying and doing along the way.
Yeah.
Season 1 reunion, I think, is one of the first times they even talked about Jen's job, and Heather was like, yeah, I don't know what she does, but she makes a lot of money, and people were questioning it, but they were like, I think she was like, oh, I don't care.
Yeah. She basically, I don't understand it, but yeah, it's something with blah, blah, blah. But Jen almost explained it the same way. Like, Jen talked in circles.
Yeah, that's when I sense like, okay, something's definitely not right. But Heather's complacency, is that the right word? I feel like she was complacent in this. And if you go to my YouTube channel, I have an interview with Murillo Bueno. Murillo Bueno is, I don't know if he's currently still Jen Shah's assistant, but he also, before he was Jen Shah's assistant, used to be Heather Gay's former bestie / employee. And the whole situation of how he stopped working there is so sketchy. Just
he's not the one who was accused of
stealing from Meredith.
And then
which that one I felt like they were reaching.
And then Heather, I saw this the other day. She had also accused him of stealing from her.
But according to at Beauty Lab, but that he admitted that. I guess it wasn't stealing. Well, they said stealing, and some people consider it stealing. I don't really know because I've never been in that kind of work environment. But he was taking tips from Jen Shah on the side, which was against company policy.
Tips from her business?
Tips from Jen Shah directly as a client. So like she would, I don't know.
That's what like insider tips. I don't know.
I don't know. You think? I don't think Jen has any good insider tips.
No, other than like old people's phone numbers.
Yeah, like shady tips. But yeah, I know this is about Jen Shah right now, but I'm like still focused on Heather because I'm still disturbed.
We have to get into that the bomb has been dropped. We can now talk about.
So 78 months is
5 years. What's it called? I just posted it. 5 year. She also got 5 years supervised.
What does that mean?
Supervised release, which I'm guessing is like probation /
like probation. Yes, Corinne Harrington Heather is the worst.
Oh God. Where do we start?
Right? I kind of dislike Heather more than I dislike Jen. I have to say, okay, I met Jen Shah in person, and I talked to Jen Shah one-on-one, like through Instagram.
Did you meet her at Bravocon?
Yeah, I was there when she
Jealous.
crashed.
At
Like
the
she was talking to Andy, and I
bar
was
or
there.
whatever?
Yeah, I was there,
So
and
jealous.
it was when I was on shrooms. I was sobbing to Chanel Ian while sitting next to Kenya Moore, but like I was so focused on Chanel Ian, I feel like weird about it. Like I just kind of didn't
Right.
even acknowledge her.
Yeah.
Not because I was trying to like shade her, but like I was sobbing to Chanel Ian in that moment. And thank God, by the grace of Mary Cosby, God, Jen Shaw walked in at that moment, and she like locked eyes with Chanel Ian, and they were like, hey, and then they started like dancing, and I was like, thank God, because I didn't know how to recover from sobbing in front of Chanel Ian. Like I couldn't even talk to her. I was so mortified.
Chanel might have been a little bit happy with that too.
Oh, she said she loved it after. I apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry. But I love Chanel, and she's very responsive if anyone tries to talk to her. Like she's super awesome. But okay, going back to Jen Shaw, 78 months
Let me just.
is
I'm shaking. I'm physically shaking.
I know,
Like,
right?
literally.
Is 6.5 years.
The judge was nice to her.
I do think that's kind of.
That's what
Yeah.
they said would happen, and I didn't believe it because I was like, "Have you been watching the same show?" And he has not.
I wonder how much she paid for this lawyer, because that is pretty good.
But
The
also-
negotiation, they went from, so their proposed was like 3 years.
So she split in the middle, basically.
And and the prosecutors were, it was like, was it 10 or 11?
Yeah, they wanted 10.
I guess that's the easy way to do it.
The plea deal was as long as she was sentenced to 14 years or less, she could not appeal. So technically, I mean, the judge could have sentenced her to 30, but then she could have appealed. But then obviously, so the judge could have done 14, but I read someone had said like it's very rare that they go above what the recommendation from the prosecution is.
I was looking at the list of others who got sentenced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the most, I can't remember exactly, but what was the most? It was like 10 years?
80, I think 87 months was the most, which is 8.5 years, I think. Yeah.
Damn this 12-month
I know.
math.
Decimals are fine. Just like 8.3. I'll figure that out.
Oh my gosh. Emily from She Speaks Bravo is here. Obsessed with you.
Our Pisces sister.
Wait, you're a Pisces too?
Yes. We have this
we did. You're like 10 days after me, I think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't want to share our personal information.
Is...
We learned the hard way. Well, I could. But yeah, so this is crazy. Okay. Did you hear this information that allegedly Andy and Jen Shaw may have a sit down?
Yes. He said that at Bravocon.
He did?
Yes.
Say that at Bravocon?
So at his Ask Andy, someone said,
your mic isn't on?
Oh, isn't it? Check 1, check 2.
Can you hear? Here, maybe just try talking right into it like that.
Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Emily.
This is I'm the first user at this. Can you? Sounds like
AirPod
in this thing.
Well, this is not that fancy. It's from
Is it plugged in?
Wait, why is it? All right. Well, oh my gosh, this is giving me Karamo vibes from the Salt Lake City panel at Bravocon. Here, we'll just put this
Bravocon.
Yeah.
Does that work? Yeah, just block your whole face.
This is.
Oh.
What is that? I don't know if people can hear that.
I can.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Why is that happening? Oh, I see. Oh my gosh.
StreamYard setting, she said.
Wow. I don't even know if they heard that. Okay. Anyways.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, let's go back to what were we saying?
Yeah. So this is probably picking up. Does that matter? Oh, we were saying Bravocon. Someone asked, why isn't Jen Shah here?
Oh, and Andy said he wants to do
Yeah, he basically said that they cut ties after she pled guilty, but he hopes to do a sit down. And I said to Emily, I hope I don't mind saying, I wonder if that, because there's like a break in between the finale and the reunion that people were pointing out, like a week or two. And I'm like, I wonder if that's like so they can throw together the sit down and throw it into the reunion. So that's another question. When is she going to be going to jail?
Yeah. So do we remember Teresa Giudice when she got, remember they sentenced them for the same crime and they staggered it so that they weren't both away from their children. Right. I did see something in the reporting that was going on where they made a point to mention her 50th birthday coming up. Right. And when is her birthday? Because I feel like they might try to use that 50th birthday thing. Right? As a way to be like, oh, please.
October. No.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
It's October 4th, though. Mean Girls Day. Isn't that Mean Girls Day?
Is it?
It's October I thought that was... someone in the comments remind us.
That's funny.
On October 4th, Aaron Rodgers asked.
I thought it was September. I don't know.
It's fine. That's okay. We won't pivot that far away.
That's all right.
So yeah,
gosh, this is
I read Ronald
Richards.
Everyone's favorite. Every time I post, I get at least one or two.
He's so weird.
Because he has the information.
I know. I like the information. He is. Yeah, he's thirsty. I like the information though, and
he has the deeds.
Don't you think it's weird that he like bought the Erica Jane earrings and gave them to his wife?
Yeah, I mean, he might have. I'm telling myself he did that to ensure that they got the top dollar for it, but. Because if it didn't sell, then they would have gone down in price, and then the victims wouldn't have gotten as much. I'm just telling that.
Did he say he's trying to?
No. I mean, he'll make himself sound good. I don't know.
Oh, good. The sound is much better, they said.
Yay.
That's good to know.
Okay.
Let's turn that off. Wait, maybe it is good to know this. I don't know.
When you turn the music on,
I don't even know why the music turned on. That was weird.
Oh, so back to Ronald, he said that and I don't know if this is like confirmed, but that she would have 90 days to surrender herself after sentencing. So it does not get us to October, but March.
Maybe she'll be around for our Pisces birthdays.
Yeah. We can go to the going away party. That's the next.
Oh my gosh, you think she'll? Yeah, she will, right?
She's not going to do anything small. I think
like this. We got these for my kids.
I have those too.
You do?
Not that brand, but yeah, they're actually more fun.
Hello.
Those are,
See,
fancy.
Like this makes me think of Jen Shah all the time now.
Oh yeah,
and I love that.
You gotta be dazzled.
And I have to admit, like I am very entertained by Jen Shah. Obviously, I do not condone her being a criminal, but I did have a moment the other day where I was like feeling really bummed, and I don't stay in those moments. I am able to get myself out really quickly. But at one point I was like, man, if things go south, maybe I'll just go to jail and hang out with Jen Shah.
All right. You might,
Like if you have to go to jail, wouldn't you want to be in jail with Jen Shah?
I'd want to be on her side.
For sure.
As long as, I don't know. I feel like she would turn. Well, she stayed loyal to Stu. She could have turned on Stu, but she didn't,
not yet. I think didn't we see in the scenes for the next episode? She's like, Stu is throwing me under the bus or something.
Right. Once he went non-loyal, then that was it. But I think that's going to be her. Like reasoning for pleading guilty that basically
I feel like, I feel like she's going to run that prison.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be called the Jen Shah prison when she leaves.
I predicted this before, but I do think like she's probably going to have her own mic there and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's Jen's mic. Like the guards aren't even going to care.
She'll run the guards. She'll run the prisoners.
All right. Anything else about Jen Shah before we move on? Oof. Anyone from the crowd?
I know. I feel like we missed like who knows how much.
Yes. Somebody is like shaming our viewers for not giving us more thumbs up.
Come on.
What is this? A center for ants? Okay. Well, I love you all. Unpopular opinion. I actually don't see Salt Lake surviving without Mary now, Jen, everything that made the show. So did you see that Meredith was talking about trying to bring Mary back? What do you think about that?
Unpopular opinion, because I posted it on my page and I got a lot of, no, we don't want
really?
Mary. And I was like, huh? No, I want Mary. And honestly, yeah, she skipped a reunion. I don't care.
Me too.
Like, ridiculous TV. And
I think they should do it.
But
very problematic. But like that entire
all the things we usually
that whole franchise is problematic. Yeah. And like now that you've gotten us in this deep, we're invested into these people. Like, don't bring criminals on the screen. Shame on you, Bravo. Also, I have a shame on you, Bravo moment with Heather Gay and her stupid eye.
Good transition. Yeah.
Because I think it's irresponsible to have a platform like that and to manipulate the situation and question whether or not this is domestic abuse, right? Or violence, whatever you call it.
Layers of not okay.
Yes.
Yeah, she's doing that. She's using it to manipulate her castmates. She's using it to manipulate Bravo. She's using it to manipulate the viewers.
Us. Yeah, that makes me very offended.
And she thinks she's doing some things, but I said, and I don't know if I said this to you, I said it to someone. I was like, she has a storyline pretty much for the first time in her run that's like captivating. Yeah. She won't let it go. She doesn't want to let it go. Yeah. She doesn't want it to just be over and go to the next thing. Yeah. We're going to keep talking about it until, and eventually it's going to be like what ends her run if she doesn't figure out a way to wrap it up. And I don't know how she could do that at this point, but
bad Heather. Yeah, bad Heather.
No one's okay with this.
Yeah. What do I have on my notes? Sorry, we're jumping around now because Jen Shah is part of. Well, okay. So this week's episode was season 3, episode 13, Unfashionable Behavior. The description is the women return to Salt Lake City, but the mystery of Heather's black eye still has everyone uneasy. Like uneasy is an understatement. Yeah. Whitney presses for more answers, but this pushes bad weather into an even worse spot. Meredith hosts a mental awareness fundraiser in honor of her nephew as Jen attempts to settle the score with Angie K. This is just my note. Jen is getting this one-on-one. I can't wait. So you think they'll show that in between the reunion? Because I saw that there's like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a gap.
It's either that or they're using that time to prepare so it can be part of the reunion, because they're not they're gonna lose viewers they need to keep some reason to like keep people watching this reunion, because she's not there. There's 4 housewives. Obviously the friends of will be there, but they're gonna need that
exciting,
to tie it all in somehow. So obviously she's sentenced. She knows how long she knows everything she's going to know. Nothing can change unless, she commits another crime in the time that she has. But now it's like she can talk about it technically, because she can't get worse than this. This is as bad as it gets.
You can't get charged twice for the same crime.
We're really all, lawyers now.
Law's my hobby.
We're not professional lawyers.
Yeah, this is all for entertainment purposes. If you don't know that, then I don't know how to help you. But Ew. I just had a note that I wrote down about Julia Fox being on Watch What Happens Live. Did you watch that?
I have to watch it because I do want to watch, but
I'm like very triggered by her, and it's like she gets pleasure from terrifying people, and I don't like that characteristic in anybody. She does say some like badass like statements sometimes, and I'm like, yeah, fine, okay, yes, I agree with that, but still, why do you love terrifying people?
She makes me laugh. She's just so like what Andy. I did see a clip where she was like, yeah. Me and Kanye didn't even date that long. He doesn't even know my like name. He's like, he doesn't know your name. He doesn't know Julia Fox. She's like my middle name. And I was like, gosh, like I just love it. I can't. She's kind of like a Mary like level of like, what? But like I can't help but be like, say more things. Like
my gosh.
Like, what are you saying?
I get that appeal. I just
But yeah, she does like
have a good feeling.
The shock value never is like.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just one thing that was so hilarious. So like she kept staring at the monitor of herself.
I'm like self-conscious right now. I'm like, should I look at her? Should I look at her? She's like, I'm just gonna look at myself.
Oh my gosh, that part was funny. I did like that.
I didn't even hear I didn't even see a single clip of Whitney saying anything. So I don't know if.
I was shocked they put Whitney in the second seat.
Me too.
I thought that was kind of rude.
She's Bravo. Yeah.
She's a housewife.
Current housewife.
Yeah. And why is Julia Fox in the first year?
People had like made rumors that she was going to join Roni, and I was like,
oh yeah, they did talk about that. She said she would do it.
I think she would need but she would need to be in that circle and like. Can you imagine her circle? No offense, Julia.
I'm scared.
I know.
I'm frightened of her.
Can't show that on Bravo. That would only be for the web version.
Yeah. Well, does she have an OnlyFans?
I don't think so. I don't think she needs one yet. She's like everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Thank you, Amy Seeks Truth. Julia gave me the creeps. I agree. Oh, and someone said I heard that Mary will never return because she's too afraid. Oh, that will happen to Jen will happen to her. To be honest, I actually thought if you asked me before Jen got indicted, who's most likely to go to prison, I would have said Mary Cosby back then. Because if you Google her, like before the show even started, I Googled and I was frightened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was looking through like old posts and looking at like, oh wow, I really had the heat on her. Like all the with the grandparents or parents or
they exhumed her grandmother's body.
Oh yeah,
because there were questions around her death.
And that's more her husband.
Freaked me out.
Grandfather, husband. That is
grandfather MFer.
Yeah.
That makes me so
annoyed. I guess I do see her as like a victim, but at this point, I mean, she's at a.
I know, it's really sad. It's like she clearly is a victim. And like, I think the things that people like went in on her for, like the problematic behavior, I don't think it was out of a place of like maliciousness. It was more like ignorance.
Yeah.
And I think it's because she's been a victim and been living in this bubble, this cult bubble. She's never really like, actually her mother on Up and Adam, he did that interview. And she said she was happy that Mary was doing the show. And it almost seemed like she was happy, like other people can help her get out of this situation with her step granddaddy.
Yeah.
I did love when Heather called her out on that one time.
I know.
Who are you married to, Mary?
Yeah.
Your step granddaddy.
I don't have a husband, but you're married to your grandfather. So are we really gonna bring that up?
I swear, that was great. The show feels like a fever dream. It doesn't even feel real.
And people are so like upset about this season. It was ridiculous, but like it might have that level of ridiculous to be one of those like late bloomers as far as what we appreciate, just because we're going to look back at this and be like, remember what we went through this season and what they put us through?
Yeah.
And
I still feel like that every day.
Close up, but it has potential to close, still like take it home in the closure, but we'll see.
I hope so. This franchise like revived my love for Bravo, I think.
Mhm.
And I was very excited because with Salt Lake City, we have this added layer and dimension of religion because of the Mormonism. And I think that's fascinating. Like, imagine, like, there's so many things that could happen, but then it just like got like kind of gross and like dark. And I don't know who's to blame for that, but this is why I've always said, I think they should like almost cast around the city. Like that's the franchise, right? Like what is it about that city that makes it different rather than trying to like, oh, these group of ladies are doing really well on TV in this city. Let's try to recreate it over here. Right. Like versus what is Salt Lake City known for? What is New York City known for? You know, and look at like trying to find a cast that fits that. Because it's kind of like sports teams, right? Like people change all the time, but the city never changes, and there's like a brand behind it. Right. That's my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I didn't know enough about Salt Lake City to really judge. Now I think I do know a lot more than I ever did, but
I think rewatching is almost a requirement at this
point. I have to. I know. I wanted to do it before the sentencing, and then
I think I want to wait until she's like in jail and then be like, okay, what just happened?
Yeah, let's start.
Because then nothing else can happen. There's still like, we just found out like 2 days ago that she
escaped to like,
yeah, who knows? Oh my gosh.
She
literally could go somewhere. Oh my God. Is she a flight risk?
Well, she was. I mean, her passport was expired, so they took it, but it didn't, like, she wasn't allowed to go anywhere. Yeah.
I mean,
remember,
they shouldn't let her go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, but I hope they don't. I mean, I don't think they would let her go anywhere from now till.
No, she requests like a trip to Fiji. I just want to do one more vacation with my family.
Oh my God.
Disappears.
What if she like put on a wig and like, we know she's got wigs.
Oh yeah. That's funny because that clip from this week, when they were in the bathroom and Heather was, I don't know, talking about snitches get stitches.
Oh my God, I can't stand her.
There was like a wig right there. And in my mind, I was like, who was the fourth person that was in that room? And I watched again and it was the wig. I was like, was it Angie in there? No, it was the wig.
I mean, what do you think about Angie and Dana?
They have potential. It's hard because like Angie's there because of Jen, so she better. I mean, I guess she's getting like more connections with Angie K. But I'm open. You know, they're gonna hopefully they kind of treat this as like a new franchise and do some test filming before they jump into like, I don't know if they do that anyway, but
do they?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's hard because they're already like primed and they're like, okay, let's create drama, and that's not really what we want. We want like more organic, but also not boring.
Yeah.
A small ask that we have.
You said too much to ask Bravo. Come on, give us the good stuff.
Yes.
Actually, I just want to see like filthy rich people spending money that's not stolen.
Is that too much to ask? Like,
right? I mean, I don't know. All right, let's move on. I went out of order of my normal format, but that's okay. This is like a special breaking news type of situation. Yeah, I mean, we're improvising with the mic situation, like pros. Yeah. So I wanted to start incorporating some weed news because this is a problem, please. And I've been kind of slacking on that. But the news that I have for today, we had our first legal recreational sale in New York City. And I say first legal because like literally you can get weed anywhere. But it's just funny to me because we technically went legal in the whole state almost 2 years ago. So I just think that, I mean, it took that long. Yeah. And the pictures and posts and everything was like all these can't, like everyone is like huddled over that one transaction. I'm just like,
and like in suits and suit dresses.
Yeah,
and like
there's like one female.
good
It's like
way to represent.
I know.
Most of us.
It's
I mean, I don't want to
obnoxious.
like judge you normally, but it's like really, this is the picture. Of...
I know, I hated it, but whatever. I always, like, I'm always gonna hype up and praise and congratulate any tiny steps we take. They're also in what state was it? There were almost 43,000 cannabis convictions that have been expunged in the last couple weeks. So that is great. However, I just want to remind everyone that prohibition has been going on for 100 years now. And it's great that we're like reversing it now, but it should have never been. It shouldn't have. We should have never had prohibition to begin with. And there's so many people's lives that were ruined by the war on drugs. And you can always feel free to DM me if you want more information on this, because I cannot sleep at night knowing that there's injustice going on in the world. But let's move on to other pop culture news. Chelsea Handler, she's been very vocal about not having children. And between the two of us, we have 7. So some would think like that's offensive, right? That she's doing that. But I commented on her post and I was like, Chelsea, I love you, but like enough already. Those of us who had children, we know we've made mistakes. Like we didn't think it was going to be like this. And now at this point, you're just trolling us. I did like a tongue sticking out or whatever, like joking around. She liked my comment and she's been part of my bigger like vision board. I don't know, like I just want to meet her someday. I don't know. And even if that was like a social media manager or whoever who liked my comment, I am okay with that because it's like it takes time, for things to happen. So I was like super pumped about that. And I also got Joe Coy tickets. Joe is coming
I didn't know that.
in February. So I'm super pumped about that because I love them both, but I'm sad that they're not together, but I still love them both.
Yeah. I know. I've read like possible reconciliation, but
really?
Yeah, but it's I here and there.
I hope so.
I see. It was like she's upset about how he handled the breakup, but she's the one who broke up with him. So I don't know.
Oh,
so who knows? And I don't remember.
Is that gaslighting from Chelsea's end? Who knows? But I'm hoping. I mean, I just want to go to the show. Yeah. But if you want to come, maybe we can go and like try to meet him. I want to like
maybe she'll be there.
Maybe she'll be there. Oh my gosh. Actually, I saw her at the same place when she was here. I think it was it? No, it was like last year, I think. But yeah, love her. So since the last live episode, obviously we had the holidays, New Year's Eve. Paris Hilton made a huge announcement that she was going to break the internet. I love Paris Hilton. It wasn't.
You can't say you're going to break the internet.
You
break the internet or you don't, but you don't say you're going to do it. It ruins the whole. It's not.
That's it right there.
Paris, you should know this. I love you. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, well, so what was the big surprise? She was on the Miley Cyrus show.
She re-recorded.
Oh yeah, she re-recorded.
You can only listen to it on like Amazon or something like that, and so I didn't even listen to it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's the same.
See, that's what like the media industry, I think, and with music, like films or whatever, like movies, TV, everything is changing now. Like you almost have to put your stuff out on every platform, and that's just what you have to do. It's not like, oh, I'm going to be exclusive. Like you're actually excluding people from hearing your stuff. And I just think that's not a good business plan.
But I guess if you're Paris Hilton, you can probably
I think I bought like an NFT from her before, and I don't even know what it is or what it does. And I feel like the biggest sucker in the world. But anyways, did you watch Andy and Anderson on yours?
I was flipping I thought Miley's was going to be better. I loved it last year. And then I was watching Andy's because it was funny because he was just so like mad about everything. It was really awkward though. I just got really like secondhand like cringy because like I don't know, certain people didn't want to be there, and then the people that did were like, "You should be able to drink. CNN sucks." I'm like, "Oh, this is weird," but yeah, no, it was fine.
How much do you think they get paid for that? Because like, is it worth it? I almost would be like, I'd rather sit at home and go to bed if like you're gonna make it painful for me.
Well, if
but
been
also
doing it for 6 years.
You also shouldn't have to have alcohol to have fun.
I agree.
But if you need to have alcohol to have fun, is that the job for you?
Right. And also in the other side of the argument, that's why people thought it was funny. So you're taking away like it's New Year's Eve shows are like notoriously. There might be a moment. It's like an award show. You watch the whole thing because there might be like 5 minutes of something like crazy happening.
Like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yes, which I did catch happening when it happened. For that reason. I was
what did you feel like?
Scared and like, honestly, I watched it in slow motion. It happened in slow motion because I was like, was that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
And my husband was watching too, and he was like, no, that was a joke. That's not. And I was like, no, that looks serious. I was like, I think he really did it on purpose. And he was and then he screamed like, no,
oh my God, that part. I was like, no.
Oh, it's real. That really just happened. And of course I'm like on Twitter.
Oh
like,
my God.
Yeah.
That was pretty insane.
But yeah, it's like take away the only reason people are watching. Yeah, now you might have to rethink the whole show because that's why people thought it was so funny.
Yeah. I liked it last year because they had Snoop on and like Anderson was like giggling so much because Snoop is funny sometimes. Right.
That was a good segment.
They need like more comedy.
It seems like everyone who was on was like, oh, sure, yeah, I'll do it. Like Jackson was on with his wife and you could tell he wanted to like he was like wanting my hair.
Yeah, who else after the ball dropped? Someone was on and I felt like Andy was just like zoned out. Like he was like, oh, you live here? Like he didn't even know. I was like, oh my God, this is weird. But
yeah, it's all right.
That was interesting. What else? Oh, so are you a fan of
what did I do? Did I do something?
I don't know.
It was falling out of my ear, so I fixed it.
Did we lose audio?
Let
me just double check here. Maybe we just do this.
Should we take these
out? Yeah, we can take these out. Sorry about that. We're live. It's all good. Okay. Kate Chastain, Kyle Cooke, Brandi Glanville, and Reza Farahan are going to be on a new reality show coming out on Peacock January 12th. They go to Scotland. I didn't even realize they went to Scotland for this. Mm-hmm. I interviewed Reza and he gave like a little bit of the behind the scenes, but I didn't even know what this show is about. And I was just like, wait, what is happening? And you look at the list of who's on there. It's like people from The Bachelor and stuff like that, which I don't watch. But then there's like one Olympian, Ryan Lochte.
Of course.
Like what? Ryan Lochte's here?
Or something, one of those.
But then there's also normies. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I recognize these people.
Reza, I guess he didn't know they were going to be that. They didn't know before they got there. So yeah, I'm like, I am excited to watch that. And also I love that Kate Chastain is pregnant.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I just love it. But yeah, so that's coming out. The trailer came out for that. And the link to the interview with Reza is in the show notes. Do you watch murder shows at all?
No, but I wish I knew, like, send me your list because I love them. We just started The Lincoln Lawyer. Not really a murder show, but
The Lincoln Lawyer?
Yeah, I forget what it's even on. Netflix, maybe? Hopefully I got that right.
When I was sick, over the last couple of weeks, I watched, and when there's no Bravocon, I usually go to True Crime, and I went to Netflix and I saw I Am a Killer. That was the title, and I was like, what is this? it was kind of boring. I didn't watch it
Mm-hmm.
all the way through. But then I saw another show on Netflix called I Am a Stalker.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, that's scarier, I
Yeah.
think. And then one of the first lines in the show, this stalker, I guess, goes, I would rather be considered a murderer than a stalker.
Hey.
And I just thought that was like the most wild
Yeah.
comparison to even think.
Right.
I'm like, what is
like
happening?
The ultimate goal?
Oh my gosh, it was so creepy, and I didn't finish it, but I was just like, this world is.
I definitely watched them. Like, what was that one with I didn't finish it, so no spoilers. But the one with the woman wrestler, did you watch that? She killed her husband.
I actually have seen that.
I want to finish. I just started and then, but it looks. I don't know.
That story's a big one.
A murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She murdered her husband.
Murder, but I don't know.
She
True crime murder.
Actually, I've seen that story done.
Mm-hmm.
People have
Lifetime or whatever.
Yeah, so I watch Investigation Discovery or the ID channel.
Mm-hmm.
I watch Dateline. It's been on a ton of different shows, just retold in different ways, and I'm like, oh, I know this one. Yeah, and that's when I'm like, okay, I need to back off on true crime because now I know. Yeah. And why aren't they showing this evidence? Hello,
different streaming service picked it up.
Yeah, so. Unrelated to any shows that are going on right now, Rinna of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is officially out.
Are you blocked?
She blocked me.
Okay, I'm blocked too. See, I asked because no one has seen her and all this Jen Shah happened. I haven't seen that she has actually acknowledged that she's leaving, and that tells me she's not super happy about it.
Yeah,
mutual decision. But that's what I asked because I was true. I had someone. I'll try real quick, but I was like, "Tell me as soon as she says something."
No, it was so. I never. I'll be honest. I don't really watch Beverly Hills. I never watched it. Right. It triggered me after the first season with Taylor Armstrong and everything. I was like, "This is super dark, and I don't like this."
Oh, wow. So that's been a while.
Yeah. So, but then I forgot, and when COVID happened, I just started watching again, and so I never really had any feelings about Rinna at all. I was like, I don't know, she's wacky, but whatever. Wacky people hate her. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Even same with Teddy, people hate her. And I'm like, I don't know. I only saw one season and she was boring, but I don't know why people hate her.
Right.
So Rinna, I don't even talk about her. Same with Craig Conover. I may have used her clip of her saying something, but never Rinna is the devil. I've seen that a lot. I never do posts like that. I've never I think I've liked her post actually when I was following her. But just kept it moving. I don't comment on her. Again, same with Craig Conover. Then I find out that they blocked me with no provocation.
It's because of what you said about Paige.
Well, I've never talked to these people in my life. I've never tried to.
And when did Lisa, do you know?
It was before, it was when she went on a big blocking spree.
So I'm pretty sure she was searching
anything Bravo related. Yeah.
And I know why she blocked me.
Regardless though, I take that as that's a move. That's an attack towards me. I never even talked to you. To block me, I feel is kind of
she was blocking
offensive.
People that she was friendly with that posted Bravo stuff, and they had friendship on Instagram, and she was blocking them. Sorry, I can't. I have to block you. And people were really she lost everybody that was on her side by doing that because people were like, "How? Why? I didn't do it." I've supported you when people get angry with me for supporting you, and this is what you're doing. So that was kind of she must have known at that point that it was over because that's you're ruining.
Well, her last season was really bad too. She wasn't even making any sense, and I don't know if it was because of Lois. I don't really know. I hate that show, to be honest. That's my number one most hated Housewives show. Because I think it's the most toxic, but then also New Jersey is really toxic too. So I don't know which one's worse. But did you hear about Real Friends of WeHo?
Yes, I did.
Are you watching? Are you gonna watch?
We'll see what my schedule's like at the time, but I love Brad Goreski. I can't say.
Is he on it?
Yeah, he's like the guy.
Shut
That's
up.
how I saw it. He
Wait, it's
posted
based around him?
and his, well, that's what they're saying. He's the guy who's like, me and my friends. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they're on.
I will watch. I was
Yeah,
skeptical because it's on MTV, and I thought I moved on from
I agree with that
channel. But I have no shame. I'll go back to MTV.
No, I love him. I missed him on TV. So
I love Brad. Oh my God, I would love to see him doing TikToks of Housewives.
Yes. Well, he was. I'm guessing you weren't at the Beverly Hills panel. Where we all risked our lives.
Yeah, that scared me.
Beverly Hills. I was there, and he moderated, and he did a good job. But he was visibly like his face was red, like he was scared.
Really?
Because it starts out, he introduced everyone, and he brings Lisa Rinna up.
Yeah.
And boo! And he's like, okay, and Dory. It's like this is gonna be terrifying, which is funny.
My
I feel like
gosh.
he's been in some pretty high pressure situations, but for that to shake him.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I kept thinking about the moderator's point of view. Like, I only went to one panel. It was the Salt Lake City one with Karamo where nobody's mic was working. So we had to like go.
That room. That was always
I was like, if I had that job right now, I'd be so pissed off and I would be angry.
And he's another one who's used to doing like
and he did it well. He handled it well, but still like
I'm sure he's like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know. Cause at first I was like, oh, I think next year I want to try to shoot for being, a moderator at Bravocon or whatever. And then I was like, wait, do I? I don't know. Yeah. So we'll see.
I missed that. I was mad. It
Well,
was too late.
I'm so glad you told me that.
Yeah.
There's Brad. Yeah, I love him. Okay, so let's move on to this week's shows. Do you watch all of them?
Most. I'm behind.
Potomac?
I've watched everything. I haven't watched Family Karma.
That's okay.
I did watch some of it when it came out. Sorry, I need another. I don't know why my throat's so dry.
That's okay. We're talking about Oops.
Yeah.
How do I do this? Oh, no. You know what? It's probably not good to have my slides up because they're so big. I already talked about this stuff. Shah Sentencing.
This is fun.
Potomac. I'm just gonna
like small, maybe like
I know I can't like reverse it. It doesn't. And this is the only way. But then like it cuts you off. So, anyways, okay, we know what the ladies of Potomac look like.
Let me remember that.
Before we talk about the show, two things like news outside of the show that happened the last couple of weeks is one, I'll talk about the light news. Ashley and Luke, they're no longer a thing. Allegedly. Who knows? We don't know for sure. And we got to figure out how to quantify that because I had a bet with Brav Bros and I won and I'm going to collect on my winnings very soon. So I need to know like what does unfollowing quantify it? Is that a metric that we can use?
I mean, taking the picture down is pretty clear to me.
I loved it.
I think it's so funny. You were always like, now.
I hated it. I just kept imagining because
it was quicker than I thought it would be. To be honest, I thought Luke was going to be the one to be like,
really?
Me. Yeah, I don't know why. Sorry, Luke. I love you. You're great. But I thought he was going to be the one who was like, because you saw him do that on the show. But I guess that only happens before a woman like accepts his love. Yeah. And then Ashley went right for it. And so that's where like,
And I just kept picturing like her being like, because I think it happened before New Year's, right? And I made up this like whole skit in my mind. I was like, she probably texted and was like, hey, what are we doing for New Year's? And he's like, whoa, settle down. And she's probably like, well, I need to know because I need to arrange childcare. And he's probably like, childcare? Let's take a step back. She probably was like, you suck. You're vanilla.
Did you read like, I think I want to say Demois, but I don't remember who posted. Like, did you read any of that?
I consume way too much.
I like track. It just gets stuck in my brain
yeah.
and I don't even remember where I saw it. But she introduced him to the fam. You didn't know that?
Did I?
He was like on a pod, or was she?
I might have heard that and it was like
they
in
both,
denial. Like
introduced families. And then he was still talking to other girls though. She didn't like that.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I was picturing Ashley showing up with her 2 babies in Minnesota and him being like, wait a second, I changed my mind. And as a former single mom, I am heavily triggered by that. So I, from the very beginning, I was like,
there's no way he's going to understand the
dynamics. People were like, well, you know, maybe he's not ready for kids. And like, dude is like 4 years older than her.
I was going to say.
He's my age.
That may be true, but it's not because he's a baby.
Yeah. And she's actually, there's a picture of her hanging out with like Lindsay, Carl, and Luke. And she was the youngest.
Like, it's blowing my mind that she's the youngest person in this picture.
So funny. But the other news that's not related to what happened in the show. I am so glad Juan Dixon is not here right now.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this story?
Oh, yeah. I got a little highlight in my
Let's hear it.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see if I can.
It's a lot.
Organize like, in my brain to get it out right.
There's catfishing. There's underage.
So student. We'll just call him student. There's a student. There's a assistant coach. And then there's a catfish person who's allegedly non-existent and is actually the assistant coach. So started out, student messages who he thinks is a woman.
I thought he targeted.
Right. Yeah. So they start talking. This woman starts talking to the student, trying to, they're just getting to know each other. And at some point it becomes, send me some pictures of some things, and student sends those pictures to who he thinks is a woman. And I'm probably skipping a few things, but next thing you know, this person's threatening to share those pictures unless the student has sex with his assistant coach, who's a male, and videotapes it.
And the assistant coach, told him he was being catfished as well. Like they were both. Right.
He says
being
this woman
catfish.
Is telling them they have to do this or the pictures are going to get released. He does it. This assistant coach continues to like try to manipulate the student, saying, we still have to do all this, blah, blah. It gets put together that they think now the assistant coach is the catfisher who pretended to be a woman.
They did confirm that, right?
I don't know if they confirmed it. That's what they're.
I think, there's a lawsuit out right now trying to
figure the whole thing out.
Yeah, but yes.
Sorry. To bring in Juan Dixon, the student goes to Juan Dixon. He's not ready to say, he goes to his parents. He's not ready to say like what happened, but he basically says, I'm uncomfortable with the drug use on the team.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Part.
So that's like, he didn't want to say everything, but he knew like he needed to go to someone. Yeah. So he goes to Juan, I think he goes to Juan Dixon with that. And Juan says, sorry, there's nothing I can do. Fast forward to when these videos are released to, I think, Instagram. I think they were posted full on social media and sent to all the teammates, like in an email or something like that. Now it's out. I think he went to Juan Dixon for help. And basically he said, what did he say? We knew that this guy had issues. We're sorry. He doesn't go to anyone higher up. He doesn't forward on this information. He asked the guy to come back for practice the next day. Be around the assistant coach who's there.
Oh my God.
He did so many things that like are not okay.
Because he's in a position where
allegedly.
Yeah, this is all alleged. If this is true, Juan Dixon is in a position where he should be required to report something like this, right? Like this is
code 9, I want to say. Does anyone know? There's like a Roman numeral, like 9 or 11.
Really? I didn't know that.
But yeah, basically, like he could be charged for not bringing it to.
No wonder Robin wants that prenup.
Robin, she probably. I mean, yeah.
Oh man.
So we're all like, what is Andy gonna ask about it? Is Roman gonna answer?
Hope so.
He has to.
I don't want them to like tear down Robin or anything, but like I think it should be addressed.
And that's a show that almost always they have the husbands. Yeah, reunion.
But has he ever been there?
Juan? So glad Juan.
He wasn't even there.
Time. That one time.
One time he was there?
He definitely wasn't the one time, unless Robin was really not paying attention. No, but like that's why she said like everyone else was there. So that's true. And he didn't show up, I think, because that was like the season where everyone was like, why aren't you guys together? And he didn't want to really like face the music. So he's known for the avoiding behavior.
Interesting. But I wonder if Michael Darby knows anything about this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Any thoughts on this week's Potomac? I thought it was just the whole thing was gross with trying to accuse Chris and Eddie. Like that girl made herself look awful.
It felt a little bit like a mini black eye situation. Like,
oh my God, yes.
Why are we saying nothing and like it was I felt like the gaslit. I was like, but we're watching you not even look in your direction while you tell this story. And I loved Candace just being like, no.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love
And she didn't even have all that evidence. She was just like, this is
know. She didn't take the bait. I loved it. That girl just made herself look really bad, in my opinion. And I feel bad for Chris. And before this season started, we had Bravocon, and I saw them at that same party that Jen Shaw crashed. And I just remember, like, I don't know, sometimes when you're around, like, in that setting and like, when a guy is a creep, like, I was not getting creep vibes from him at all. Yeah. In fact, I got the complete opposite. He was, like, all up on Candace, and they just look so cute. I was like, I almost want to go up and be like, you guys are just so cute.
Yeah.
It's like,
But he's gonna mess with like getting the wrath of Candace or her mother. Like he's not doing that. He is not. He knows exactly how to act around.
I know he's living in fear.
Try. And I honestly think that Giselle went to Ashley. Hey Ashley, let's try to get Chris caught. Because she seemed like she was pushing like, hey, my husband's name. Like the way she was talking was not casual and. He wasn't looking at her, so she should have just ended at like, "Hey, how are you?" Because it was clear he wasn't engaging, but she was trying to make something happen, and it just felt very set up. And Giselle was at the dinner, like,
"I know,
tell me more," and it was like, "You're very obvious, right now."
Yes, very obvious.
So that was the part where I was like, and Ashley, I'm like, come on, like,
I know, I want Ashley to do better.
I know, she's always been like. Oh yeah. Ashley. Like every season, I'm like, come on.
It's so hard to be.
So
we're the same.
She does a good job though. She keeps us all like, no, we love Ashley, but wait.
I know. It's weird. And then adding Luke on top of it, I'm like, oh come on, girl, like get it together. Yeah. But what did you think about Karen's show?
Oh my God, it was like. I honestly don't even care how the show went because the way the production put it on just made it hilarious. Yeah. So I don't even know how it went being there, but it made it entertaining to watch it the way like it was funny.
It was fun. The only I love Karen Huger. My only thing is she's really like playing this cheater brand game, like with the candle and then now with the show. And I'm not mad at her for it, but like, be honest and don't like shade on people and then be like, oh, I'm like, just say, I'm going to do the same thing, but better.
Right. Like, and it wasn't really her show. I mean, she got people there, I'm sure. Yeah. But it wasn't like it was, she was hosting, right? Basically, she was emceeing, which is fine.
I wonder if she'll keep doing more shows.
Right. Has she done any? And I'm sure she's done like appearances and stuff, but that was like,
Still love her.
Dig.
Oh, next week I'm really excited. Whatever was that like the mid-season trailer or was that just?
I think it was just.
That was like a very elaborate.
It was a silent
scenes for the next
teaser.
Yeah, it was. there was 2 fights. We see Mia and Jacqueline, who already have a weird, like very strange relationship. I don't feel comfortable. And then, but then we see Karen and Charisse, and it's like, wah!
I unpopular opinion, I'm good with Charisse.
Me too. I love it.
I think people have said like just for the fact that she makes Karen so like
underlying,
like she sits there and just takes it, but then it tests her limits.
Oh
but
my
I
god,
think
yeah.
She's funny. She says funny things. She's
She
like
is
a
funny.
background, like maybe she's thirsty. It's the Housewives. Like if you're not thirsty, you're in the wrong place. But yeah,
I like Charisse, and I know this may be a very unpopular opinion, but I think Charisse may have been the original, not grand dame, but what did they use this phrase like I'm the like woman of Potomac, or I'm like the lead. I don't know what they said, but basically like the alpha female. And I kind of feel like Charisse is that, because she started the whole franchise kind of in that power role, I feel like.
Right. And when I can't remember, she was not divorced when she started the show, right? So
yeah,
I think so. I don't know if you've read this before, but the show was supposed to be Jack and Jill, which is like a society of like African Americans who are, driven to succeed and send their kids to all good schools. And you can look like, so this show was filmed for that. So the first season
is this like a organization, or is it like a cult?
Somewhere in between. So like, what am I trying to compare it to? Like, I don't know. I literally just read it the other day. And
I'm thinking Skulls and Bones. Or whatever.
Not quite that.
That movie with Paul Walker.
What is the one called from New York that was like
the Illuminati?
No. I don't know. I'll think of it. But
we have to discuss later.
That was like the original. So the first season they talk all about etiquette and all. That's what they're supposed to.
Yeah, they were talking about that a lot.
So anyway, so Charisse. It was almost like it was set up for Charisse and Karen to like go back and forth. And we lost that a long time ago. And Giselle still tries to do it, but she never really has great points. And she doesn't really like enter the conversation. It's just like she's throwing stuff at Karen. So I don't know. Charisse, what do you got? Hopefully it's not a total like eye roll, but I don't know. I don't think
it's explosive.
The way people talk about it, they've been like hinting like, oh, if Charisse said what she knew, then
I can't wait. I like Charisse.
To be continued.
Okay, so you don't watch Family Karma, right?
No. I know I should.
This week's episode, it's season 3, episode 8, the Auntie Brunch, and the description is when Anisha invites everyone to walk in her fashion show. One friend is surprised to be on the guest list. My eyes are getting bad. A perceived snub at Vishal and Richa's wedding threatens the Auntie group. So I don't really have any huge highlights for this episode. I just need to say something because I'm a huge Raj Vaswani fan, stan, and I never really liked Monica, his daughter, but I love him. And the fact that her boyfriend was in this cheating scandal and then he like totally gaslit her and she like fell for it, and then he bought her a purse, a Christian Dior. It almost feels like he is purposely like trolling all of us, like, because he's getting away with it, and it's so infuriating. And I just want to say, Rishi, I see you. Okay, yeah, that's right. All right, I'll move on though.
Sorry.
So Below Deck. Do you watch Below Deck?
I do. I watch both. I'm into it.
Yeah. Okay, so we have.
Yeah, we do need the names though.
Yeah, this one's hard. So we know Captain Lee left because of his
regular one.
Yeah, this is courtesy of sarcasm.net, I think, because I don't know. It'll be in the show notes. But there's no like cast pictures for Below Deck. I had to make my own for Below Deck Adventure.
Yeah, they don't really.
But this is an unpopular opinion. I'm loving Camille.
Oh, really?
I hated her so much in the beginning, But as soon as she became unhinged, I was like, okay, I like her.
It's every boat, needs one.
She's like the Rocky of this season.
I like her because she'll like, okay, yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I'm going to do better. 5 minutes later, why are you asking me to wash the glasses? This isn't my job or whatever. And it's like, and then like every time Sandy's on, yeah, we shouldn't be fighting on the walkie. Camille, can you come to the deck, please?
Oh gosh, Sandy.
Yeah, no, I love both seasons right now. I just let's see the hookups: Camille and Ben, Ross, Katie, Alyssa.
Ross
Camille.
triggers me. Ross, the bosun, I think is gross.
I wonder.
Yeah, he's a creeper. He's like a predator.
Self-canceled before.
Yeah, I already canceled him in my book. Just kidding. I don't cancel people, but I don't like him.
Right.
But you know who I do love is Chef Rachel.
Of course, always.
I love her so much.
I hope she doesn't. Oh wait, we don't know if she's coming back.
She
said she's not.
She was like no.
Yeah.
To Bravo.
Because of Austin.
All because of Austin. I can't stand him. Yeah, let's get rid of Austin and take Rachel because he brings nothing.
No.
She brings amazing. I haven't even tasted her food, but I know just from looking at it, like, and like her knowledge. Even this week she was talking about different spices that she's using for her Indian dishes and talking about how they work with the digestion and everything. Yeah. I was like, I fucking love this girl.
And she's hilarious.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah.
And
she's brutal when she has to be. It's just all the things you need. And her and Frasier, dream team.
I like Frasier.
I like the combination of them.
I feel like he's a little overwhelmed, so he's like not able to manage Camille.
He needs to like harden up a little bit.
Yeah. I did feel bad for Camille because he was like, are you mental? Because she's like, why are you saying I can't go talk to my captain or whatever? And he's like, oh, are you mental?
Oh, yeah.
I felt kind of bad for her in that moment because I do feel like that's not the professional way to manage someone.
It might be like a British thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But also, like, I know everyone, I feel like the popular opinion is to take Alyssa's side, but I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I feel like she sees Camille under duress, like crying and everything. And she's just like, she still pushes. Yeah. And like, while she may be the one who's in the right, in that moment, when you see someone who is that distressed, I think you should be like, okay, I'm going to
have to meet people where they are.
Yeah.
And there's some people who know, like Haley straight up says like, yeah, Camille's a total mess, but this is how you deal. You have to figure out how to deal with her and you can get a lot further. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I love when Camille goes, okay. I love when she talks to herself. She's like, I'll go hang out with the weird redhead girl and do dishes. Like that's
have a great internal.
That's why I like Camille. She's like completely unhinged and like she's not trying to be phony. Clearly, she's letting it all out.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Are you watching Southern Hospitality? Oh my God, I'm obsessed.
I'm totally into it.
I love all of them.
Yeah. I
don't really like Will.
Yeah. I mean, he's shady, so he can stay. Wait, Will is the boyfriend?
He is basically, this is Will right here on the left. He's the boyfriend of Emmy, and two things. One, he's like a fake lawyer like Craig. Yeah. He's definitely privileged and entitled like Shep. And those are like two people that I can't stand. Yeah. And it feels like he's like a mini version of them together. Yeah. But also, I love Grace Lilly. And despite whether she's right or wrong, when I see men pile on a female who's been getting it all day, like that's when I'm like, this is kind of gross. Like
he gives like, because he's dating one of the girls in the group, it's okay for him to act like he is one of the girls in the group. And it's not okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. But I love Maddie. I love Joe Bradley. I love Joe Bradley's mother. We chat on Instagram.
I was gonna say, has she been on the show?
No, I don't think she has.
Like, which episode? I swear I've watched them.
It was so funny because
that's so funny.
He is so sweet. I mean, I talk to Bravo Lebs in DMs sometimes, and he's so sweet. I swear to God, I feel like he's the most positive and like upbeat guy I've ever talked to, like one-on-one. That's a Bravo Leb.
We have to talk about the Maddie, Joe,
Oh God,
Mia,
yes.
which that's like kind of
that's weird, right?
She mentioned it kind of to her dad, right? She was like,
we make out sometimes,
and his dad was like, he's the best looking man I've ever seen. I was like, I love her dad.
I love it.
But like, yeah, like the end of this episode, wasn't she like?
If
only he could see, you know, instead of going for these girls who have massive relationships, if only he could see it. And I was like, oh my God, I need this to happen. Like it was like we have like a love story that we can root for now, which I wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm rooting for Joe no matter who he ends up with. And now that I think about this, because I said this before, my like analysis of Joe Bradley and Maddie, I feel like with Maddie, she looks at Joe Bradley and he's like almost too perfect. Like, okay, now, like, okay, now what? We get married, we have babies, and like then we die. And it, like for someone like Maddie, I feel like that's scary because I feel like that with Joe Bradley, and I'm like, I'm married and have children, and I'm scared of you because you're so perfect. So I can't imagine. Yeah, and it's just so frustrating that she's picking Trevor, though, who cheated on her and is like disgusting in every single way.
Bike? What? Like, is that I mean, it's fine, but is that really like, is that all he does?
Well, also, she described his education. She's like, I don't know, he's been in school for like 6 or 7 years. And I don't know. It's just like,
he doesn't graduate in like 10 years or something like that.
It's weird. So, but now that we have Mia in the picture, and they have been making out.
It's kind of like perfect.
So now I'm thinking maybe Joe Bradley sees Mia as that, like, you're too perfect, and if we get together, then we're getting married and our life is over. So
maybe we're just waiting for that moment.
We need that Carl moment where they're like, I don't think anyone can ever have that kind of arc like Carl. I'm like having chills just thinking about Carl because he was the ultimate F-boy, and he like became sober and became like the most beautiful person on earth. Like what the hell? And I'm a diehard Lindsay Hubbard fan. I ride or die for Lindsay. She could do no wrong. And I feel like this is like, she deserves nothing less than this.
I agree. And same for him, because he's put in the work, and she has too. Like the summer that she said, and the funny thing was he put in the work and she did the opposite. She said, I'm going to stop putting in the work. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to worry anymore. And it was, oh my God, I'm going to cry.
I know.
Like the fact that combination of those two, like he lifted himself up, and she, not that she lowered her standards, but she lowered her expectations of like creating what she thought was supposed to happen for herself. And then it was like, oh, beautiful. I'm literally
I'm laughing thinking about Strawfy and his PowerPoint. And she's like, thanks for the fish and chips.
And the way that she actually was like, so it's really sweet. You sent me a PowerPoint. And we're all like, honey, no.
Oh my God.
So
I love them. I love them.
Gets me through my like seasonal depression, and I'm not even like a little bit joking, like the watching summer and being like, it's still gonna be here, it's coming, it'll be here again,
it's not that far gone.
And just, I mean, I don't know, hopefully it's still, this will be the first season of the official Carl and Lindsay.
I know. And then we don't have Andrea. That's so messed up. Oh, that makes me so mad. I don't care.
I don't know. Yeah, they're Kyle. Is that his name?
Kyle Cooke?
No, not Kyle. The other guy.
Which one? Alex.
No.
Alex is gone.
The guy from Winter House.
Oh, Jason Cameron?
No.
Oh, Corey?
Yeah. I was like, he's gonna be on. Did you see the little teaser? Yeah. He's like,
why him? Andrea should be on.
I know.
Makes me mad. Ugh. But anyways, what about Below Deck Adventure?
Oh.
What do you think about this show?
It's fun. Everybody's fun. I'm trying to see. That guy's already gone.
Kyle.
I agree with you on the captain. He's great. Okay, I
love Captain Gary.
this, like, not saying that I agree with it, but I love this dynamic of Seth coming in and being like, I should have this job. It's like, what? No, you can't do that.
It's
even though
awesome.
it's probably true, and
Yeah.
I bet he'll eventually get it. But he should just sit back and wait for.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Lewis.
Lewis
is so lazy and such a buzzkill.
Yeah, he doesn't really take the vote by the.
I don't like him, and I don't know exactly why. I think it's the laziness, but Captain Carey loves him.
Yeah, well, and it is like, I don't want to say protocol, but it's like etiquette. Like, okay, I hired you for this job until you show me that you absolutely can't do it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he's definitely right when he said like, "Bo son, no son," which I love.
But I do love the Faye and Lewis like rivalry because she's usually right, but she usually has terrible delivery. Yeah,
Faye is kind of like, I think she's a good chief stew, but she's annoying me.
Yeah, it's like it's a hard like they really. It's going to be very hard to ever find like another Kate Chastain.
I know,
just because she was good at her job and she was funny. And she did all the things that like it's hard to do when you're doing that job is to be funny and still like have everyone's
and like not lose your mind.
Yeah,
it's basically like being a mother,
pretty much.
But I love this show, and I think it's my new favorite Below Deck franchise. One, because Captain Carey is my new favorite captain. But also the excursions are no joke. The last one that they did, me too. Oh my God! When they were explaining it, he's like, "We're gonna climb up a mountain, and then you're gonna zip line and let go and go into the water." I was like, "What?"
I'm talking about maybe it was the one before, the week before. The hang gliding was scary too. Like,
wait, they went hang gliding?
They didn't, but the guests did. Hang gliding?
Is hang gliding when
parasailing? Parasailing? They like ran off a cliff with a
They
parachute.
did? I must have missed that one. What?
Well, that one scared me because they're like, run as fast as you can and then pick your feet up and you're gonna go off the cliff.
Oh my God! I gotta
fell
look back.
over and I was like,
oh my God! I have to look back. I missed that. That is definitely scary.
But yeah, regardless, they're all like pretty scary.
But the bike ride in Norway, I might put that on my vision board because, well, actually, I put a charter trip with Captain Carey on my vision board. Try to make it happen.
Yes.
I don't know how, but we'll see. I want to do that bike tour thing. That looks so beautiful. And then just them, like the scenery of this whole show, I'm just like, wow, I had no idea that it was that nice. All right, we've seen that. Do you watch this?
No, I haven't watched this.
Love Without Borders? I don't watch it anymore.
Oh, yes, I caught up over the break.
Oh, so we had 2 new episodes since last time I had a live show. So episode 7 is Stars and Cigars. That's when Julia and Julia and Alexia were kind of going at it. And then episode 8 is called Sing and Shout. The descriptions are Lisa and Larsa have a confrontation with Lenny and his girlfriend at the Formula One event. And the other description is Adriana films a music video. That was chaotic. Larsa rocks the boat when she confronts Julia kissing a man. There was a lot that happened in those 2 episodes. It's so good.
So I just started this season over Christmas because there was nothing else to watch. And I was like, okay, now is the time. Because I kept everyone, you got to watch. I was like, I wanted to start from the beginning, but like, that's.
Wait, you didn't see season 1? Okay.
Okay. I remember watching it here and there, but like, that was before I really watched Housewives the way I watched them now obsessively. And I was like, okay, just catch up on this season and then we'll go back after season. So yeah, I'm obsessed. I really do love everyone.
So good.
I love Julia is an early, like, I just love a kooky housewife.
I love her.
Be kookier and I just love it.
I know.
And, like everyone else's reaction, like the Larsa, Julia, like 2 opposite ends of the, like, I love that. Yeah. But
we already have so much in this season because of the Hawk scenes, which is so sad. Like Lenny, okay, and this is how I approach any of these shows. Like, obviously, we only see what they want us to see. Yeah. And that's not even coming from Lenny or Lisa. Mm-hmm. And so who knows what is happening behind closed doors. And I kept thinking to myself, like, no way this guy could be this bad. Yeah. And then he came out with something saying, like, Lisa has been abusing me and disregarding me, dismissing me. Yeah, like all this stuff. But then on the latest episode, after he was like flaunting around his girlfriend, who he kicked his mother out to have over, that's insane. He then denies any relationship. And to me, if you're an abused man, right. And like, why would you? I would be like, this is my opportunity. Like, yes, I have a girlfriend. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't, like, this is not how I wanted my life to go. Yeah. But I've been abused for whatever years. Like, I'm just not buying what Lenny is trying to sell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely not. And I mean, I'm sure I would guess she had some ideas that things were starting to like she talks about it. He lost a lot of weight. He's not having sex with me anymore. It's like very clear to anyone watching. But at the same time, like Alexia, I think said, when you're in it, you don't see it. And she definitely, or you don't want to see it, whatever. And she's been with him for so long that I think she just kind of wrote off a lot of his behaviors. Like, oh, it's just Lenny. That's how he is. It's how he is. And like, that is how he is. And it's not a good thing. But yeah, it's been definitely, like, I've seen what people say is like, it's just great to see everyone rally around her and like be on her side and lift her up. And we don't see that much on other shows at the moment. So
I know. And it was kind of funny that this whole season started with Lisa being upset at Larsa for saying she has a mortgage. And like now they're like confronting Lenny's girlfriend at the club together. That is I love it. I love it. Miami might be my favorite franchise right now.
Yeah, I would.
And Larsa surprisingly is like my MVP. I think I freaking love her.
I know.
The way she looked at that yacht ramp like it was for peasants, I was like, yes, this is what we need. She's like, this looks dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she just sat there. Oh my God. Marisol is so funny that like I don't drink alcohol anymore, and like I used to abuse alcohol, but I also like if people drink alcohol, I'm not gonna like shame them, like do your thing as long as you're not like hurting yourself. But with her, and I think she's not hurting herself because she has no responsibilities, no kids. She doesn't even have parents to like take care of. She literally is living her best life, and she even admitted to being a Coke consumer on television. Like how badass is this woman? Like props, girl.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at her.
No, she makes it fun.
So anything before we move on, because I have something I want to give you.
Oh.
Well, I have a little treat for you next to the cupcakes that you can take with you. Mm-hmm. But I also wanted to give you this Her Highness NYC tote bag. It says something on it. Lit for a Queen. I had some great partnerships with some brands.
Oh, cute.
Bravo and Blaze, beanie and lighter.
Oh, yes.
And this is like Her Highness. She has these epic ashtrays that remind me. What does this remind you of?
No.
Lisa Rinna.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
I love that. Sorry, I didn't mean to open your gift for you. Oh, no. Now I'm shoving it in. But I just wanted to show everyone because it kind of goes back to the theme. And other little goodies. Oh, one thing. I don't have anything for this bag, but I have this bag in here that you can use for anything. Stone Fine Jewelry actually was on Real Housewives of Miami. Marisol had a stone straw bag in the Sprinter van when Julia and Alexia were fighting. So I'll have to post that somewhere. But she's one of my great partners. Love all of them. I'm going to drop links in the show notes because one other thing I want to show you. Fresh Wolf. I gave you a few Fresh Wolf items as
Thank
well.
you
This
so
is for
much.
you. And also, let's see, what else do I have on my list? Thank you all who are here, who have tuned in. Please like, leave a review, comment, share. These are the freest ways to support Bravo and Blaze. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you can be updated when we go live every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern for Cannabis Mom Boss, and every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern for Bravo and Blaze. And again, thank you to Eliza from @FaceReality16. I'm going to put all the links in the show notes. And until then, I always forget about this at the end. Stay lit, fam. I have to just wait till it cycles. Yeah. Hi, everybody. And it's your go follow Face Reality 16. Thank you so much for coming. I know this is like a lot to take out of